Hey guys, what's up? It's Ronnie with the AoT Chronicles. Just me and myself right now. Chad's actually he had to go walk his mom real quick, so I'm just doing this quick little splurge before the episode. Just want to warn you guys, I screwed up. I didn't. Um, our microphone setup was a little messed up for this episode, so if the audio quality is not quite as I know it's never great in the first place, but if it's not as good as you're used to, sorry about that. Hoping it's not too bad and you can still enjoy the episode. We get it squared away for season 3. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up. If you want to yell at us for it, let us know at thepodcastchronicles at gmail.com.
Mom, that's our cactus. Get away from that.
But I see Chaz just got back, so we're going to record a couple episodes. We'll talk with you guys later. Thanks. See ya. Welcome on back to the AoT Chronicles, an Attack on Titan podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Ronnie.
I'm another one of your hosts, Chazzy.
And I hate when you call yourself Chazzy. It just seems like no one calls you that, first of all. Let's just start with that. No one calls you Chazzy.
My girlfriend does.
Well, you don't have a girlfriend that isn't online, so...
What is that supposed to mean?
Let's actually go ahead and start off by saying this right now. We've already sent it. We have been having a argument over the past few days. One of us has just obtained some new artwork.
Yeah.
Let's try and keep it, we don't want to say whose piece of artwork it is. It could be yours, it could be mine.
Yeah.
And one of us has bought this artwork and are planning on hanging it in their bedroom.
Yep.
And the other one has described it as, it looks as if they went to a college of art and design, majored in art appreciation, took them 6 years to get a degree, and then got the degree, and then has been looking for a job for the past 3 years, but of course they can't get a job because it's art appreciation. And then, so we just disagree on the artwork.
Yeah, we're not going to say which one is which. We'll leave it at that.
But if you would like to help us with this argument, please email us and just say, hey, I want to be a part of help decide on whether or not this artwork is cool or if it's over the top. Just email us at thepodcastchronicles at gmail.com.
And take a guess at who is who in this situation.
Yeah, take a guess, and we will send you the artwork. You can let us know how you feel. I would like to, clarify that you will be hurting someone's feelings when you answer it, but, that's just something that we got to get used to. We got to develop tough skin.
Yeah.
Right now, I can't believe how nice people have been. The anime community, I'll give them that, just filled with a bunch of nice people. Everyone who's emailed so far has been very nice. I expect that to end any day now. But
yeah, what is up with that, man? Somebody please just be a straight up dick to us.
Well, I don't know if I would say that I want that, but, like we said early on in our first few episodes.
Somebody tell me how bad I suck, please.
We know that we're not good at that, so you guys can quit lying to us. We're very insecure about how we are at this podcasting thing, and we'll just take whatever criticism you have. But on another note, this has gone too long. Let us know if you want to help us with the artwork. We'll send it over. You let us know if you like it or not. Let's get into the episode.
Okay. What episode is it?
This is the Season 2 finale.
Okay.
It's Season 2, Episode 12, Episode 37, Scream. And we'll get into kind of how we felt about Season 2 as a whole in a little bit. So let's just go ahead and do this episode and we'll talk about all that. We start off cold open, flashbacks to Aaron's mom telling him to protect Mikasa, but then that transforms right into the smiling Titan eating Aaron's mom. Ugh.
Protect Mikasa, but just forget about me.
And we go straight back to present time where the smiling Titan walks up, Aaron's frozen in just fear/disbelief. This is really cool because did you think that this was ever going to happen?
No.
Had you ever slowed down for a second to think, wait a second, That Titan is still out there. Aaron's going to run into it again.
No, this never once crossed my mind. I completely forgot about this Titan, honestly.
That's exactly how I was. And once I saw it, in my head I was like, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course this Titan's still out there. But it just hadn't even registered. So I thought it was so cool they brought it back. How much it makes Aaron just like fall apart is crazy. The crazy thing is Mikasa, it doesn't even like phase her personally. It's just she knows that this is going to rip Aaron a new one, and she's just like so worried about him.
Oh yeah, Mikasa at this point, she doesn't give a shit about her own feelings. All she cares about, as we all know, is Aaron, and that's it.
So I thought this was such a cool idea. We go then into the opening credits, and when we come back out of them, Reiner's still tossing these Titans around. Ymir's claiming that all of this is Erwin's fault, and so she starts to go after him.
How crazy was that? I would have been so pissed if she succeeded.
What do you think she means by all of this is Erwin's fault? Where did this even come from? She's just trying to protect Krista. What?
Yeah.
I don't...
Erwin Schmish.
So she knocks him off of his horse. Krista intervenes with Connie, and Erwin, who has lost his arm, says he can be replaced, but he tells him to go find Aaron. This is the same thing. This is the same vibe as when he initially was losing his arm, was flying back and, told him, fight's that way, don't worry about me. Unfortunately, he's saying this to a scout whose head is immediately bitten off by a Titan, so didn't...
Yelling commander, and then...
didn't do so much there. We go back over to Aaron, and did the Smiling Titan, did they dye their hair? Was it always this blonde?
See, to me, it seemed a little like... it seemed more brown than blonde before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just, obviously it's the same Titan, and it could be the way that the sun is right now, because it's definitely like a dusk and the sun's hitting in a
That's
in
what
a
I'm
certain way.
going to go with, but
yeah, the hair looks different to me. Like I said before, Mikasa's freaking out just about Aaron. She runs to him saying, as the Titan makes a move, but Hana saves the day just in time.
Oh, that was awesome.
And I don't really understand the physics of this. How does he stop this hand? Seems like the strength of the Titan should be way more than
he's hammered, so he doesn't feel any pain.
He's got that drunk strength.
Yeah.
This obviously gets his adrenaline pumping, and he's talking the same exact way as he was the first time in episode 1, where he's just getting super cocky, saying he's going to butcher the shit out of it and avenge Aaron's mother. Do you think he would have learned by now? I would have thought that he was going to approach this from in a completely different way, because this is the same exact thing he did in that first episode.
And then he just ran away.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess that's the difference. This time he does. He just starts, taking it on. He zips up as Jean and Armin ride up on scene, and, they're going to try and give some backup. But Reiner is still just throwing these Titans. He's hitting out routes. He's hitting posts.
Yep.
He's great timing. He's hitting these routes
some
right
Hail
as
Marys,
yeah.
Dude. Some that are going the whole length of the field.
Ymir is biting heads off people, so she seems mentally stable. And the best part about it is she's trying to... we have a moment with her where she's trying to figure out what side she needs to fight for. And to me, this is just Ronnie's take. Seems like she should have figured that out before she was just biting dudes' heads off. Seems like a weird way to order those things. She seems to be worried about two things. Krista and being trapped inside the walls as a prisoner. So she's got that same mindset as Aaron did. Well, Aaron still has, I guess. But
well, she thinks, too, that everybody's going to rot away in the walls, not just herself.
Krista jumps up to Ymir as Connie calls out to her, and this is where I get real mad. Because Krista says to Connie, "No, you're wrong. It's Historia."
Yeah. I love it. Tell him what's up, Historia.
Oh my god. That is... That is the worst. That's like, if I've never had this friend, but it exists out there where people are so dramatic. That's like you being like, yeah, I want you to start calling me Chadley now. And I go, okay, cool, yeah. And I start calling you Chadley, then I don't see you for a couple weeks.
Okay.
And then I see you again, and I go, oh, what's up, Chadley? And you go, oh, it's actually just Chad. I mean,
No, you're wrong, Ronnie. It's Chad.
How was Connie supposed to know? Just don't tell him that he's wrong. Just say, actually, Connie, I know this seems like a horrible time to be having this conversation as my friend Ymir just bit the head off of some military police over there. But I would actually prefer to be called Historia. I'm sick of these two.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Sick of them.
We could be way wrong right here, Ronnie.
Defend them. Okay.
No,
How are we wrong? How are we wrong?
No. I'm catching on to this now.
All right.
I could be way off. Maybe I'm not off.
All right.
Was Ymir biting off the head of a military police guy, or was it a super small Titan, like a 3-meter Titan? That's what I was confused about. Now that you say that, it does. The Titan is either so small that it almost looks like a human, or it actually is a military police guy.
Well, we've talked about this before, where the Titan proportions always seem weird because I can never figure out how big Ymir's Titan actually is, because sometimes she looks so small, and then other times she looks huge compared to other Titans. The way I took it was, obviously, it was a real person, and the real person doesn't know Ymir's situation, so they were probably trying to kill Ymir, and Ymir's such a bitch that she just bit their head off.
Okay.
I'm 80% sure that it was a real person. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, let us know.
I could be wrong too. I'm just spitting some ideas out. I have no idea. I'm just letting the discussion flow.
Let me go ahead and take your temperature here. Are you sick of Ymir and Krista? I need someone to email us and defend these two.
I'm sick. Well, I'm sick of Historia and Ymir. Yeah, not Ymir and Krista. But yeah, I'm sick of it.
You're sick of it?
Yeah.
Okay, I just had to make sure, because you usually have this hot take that you can apply to pretty much anything in the show, where you just say, oh yeah, I love that. I love this. So I just had to see if you love it.
It's gotten past the point where I love it, and I'm sick of it.
Okay. I'm glad to hear. Krista says, let's not live for anyone else, just ourselves.
This is some weird, romantic bullshit where you think you're the only two people that matter in the entire world. You're not going to care for anybody else. Get out of here.
Everything is escalated so quickly. It's just crazy. I do get to this part, though, and I'm digging it, because the music starts bumping.
Yeah.
As Krista starts to ODM, and everyone is also doing some pretty sick moves. Mikasa, she goes to join the fight, but Eren tries to stop her because she's hurt, remember? In reality, we find out why he really doesn't want her to go, and that's because he tells her to untie his hands because he has to be the one to kill the Titan.
Yeah, he doesn't care that she's hurt and she'll probably die if she goes. He just wants to do it himself.
He doesn't want no woman doing what he feels like he needs to do, and that's just...
But I'm kind of on his side at the same time,
thinking.
Because, to be honest, I would really want my revenge too if I saw that Titan rip my mom's head off and devour her, but...
I guess I would want to be untied, but I wouldn't be like, no, you stay here, I gotta go do this.
I would have been like, you stay here, babe, because you need to let your ribs rest. And it looks like they got squeezed pretty tight.
But fucking untie me right now, because I need this. She does untie him, and so he begins to stand up and says, that one is mine. Everyone else clear out. ISO. To which Mikasa yells, Eren, we're trying to get you out of here. But Eren, he doesn't listen at all, and he goes to bite himself, but he can't get it up. Should have used Tiagra. We go back to Erwin as Reiner starts approaching, still throwing these Titans. I don't know where... Are all these Titans just keep running up to him? I guess they're not picking up on the pattern here. Hannes is, or he throws a Titan in Jean's direction, who falls off his horse while avoiding it. Hannes is slicing up the Smiling Titan, as Aaron is taking literal chunks out of himself.
These scenes with Aaron biting himself are the hardest to watch, in my opinion.
They are terrible.
Out of all this, like all the terrible deaths we see in the show, I feel like these are the hardest to watch.
It is really hard to watch. We joke about it all the time, and it's just, honestly, it's the truth. This is all Aaron knows how to do. And even though he's done this, I don't even know how many times now, I've lost count. Never once, you think he'd pick up on this, never once has he bit himself, tried to do it again, and then it worked. He's literally biting and then pulling away. And just,
how does he even have the willpower to do that?
You know what I have to say?
Pizza after this?
You know what I have to say?
What?
Yeah, where are you ordering from?
Little Caesars.
Yeah. We can get a bunch. They're just $5. We can get like
some cheesy bites.
6 or 7.
Some mozzarella on it.
Were you thinking like 6 or 7 each?
Each, yeah. I was about to say, not 6 or 7 together. No.
We'll talk about it here in a second. So many scouts are dying as Erwin is on his knees watching this destruction taking place.
He doesn't look very good right here.
No, he looks like a pretty battered old man.
Looks like the pain might be kicking in a little bit now.
We were kind of talking our last episode about how old we thought that he was, and whatever we said, it doesn't really matter because right now he looks like he's like 65.
Yeah, he already aged 10 years in the past like 5 minutes.
Hannes takes out an ankle, but his luck runs out as he gets caught.
And this is where shit just is hitting the fan. Jean is knocked out, Armin's trying to help Jean.
Yeah, everything's happening so quickly, it's just overwhelming. Aaron takes another good chunk out of himself, but it's too late. The Titan bites Hannes from the waist down. And it's kind of a pause, and then proceeds to just finish him in the background.
And we don't have German science to help our buddy out now.
No.
Like von Stroheim.
Don't know what you're talking
about. That's a JoJo reference.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're going to have to explain that one to me. This one's just so rough. There's only one thing we can do in a time like this, Chaz. And it's just have one of our AoT Chronicles classics, moment of silence. 10 seconds. Let's start.
Start right now.
Now. Are you ordering the crazy breath?
No, just the 7 bites.
Okay, but get 2 orders of crazy bread. Okay. All right, thanks for doing that for everyone. We felt like it was the right thing to do.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Boy Hannes. The past couple episodes, he's been a real one.
Yeah, he really came out of the woodworks.
I'll bring it back all the way to the beginning of the show. I love seeing just a drunk older guy. Respects, even though he's just a drunk guy, he's pretty useless. He respects his community, and he still has like relationships with people around him. I love a guy like that.
Yeah, he was on a good redemption arc. He just couldn't quite figure it or finish it off, but in the end, respect. Remain in peace. Aaron rightfully begins to lose his shit, breaking down into tears. Luckily, Mikasa always knows what to say.
Well, before we got to talk about this right here, Ron, okay?
Yeah.
I don't want you to get ahead of yourself.
All right.
Let's talk about the voice actor for Aaron in this moment. This is what separates the sub over dub. Okay? Erwin Smith, he's goated. He gets me so hyped. His voice actor is amazing. Aaron right here, this is bringing the emotions in. I feel like in the studio, they physically brought in the voice actor's mom and slaughtered her right in front of him, and this is the aftermath of what happened.
All right. Okay.
Continue.
So anyway, like I said, Mikasa, after seeing that horrible breakdown, she always knows what to say, and so to comfort him, she says, Aaron. And, Aaron's screaming, nothing has changed as he tells himself that he's still as useless as ever.
True.
I mean, this is rough. I mean, he's right. Nothing has changed. It's literally the same exact thing that happened in the first episode. He begins to think of his mom and just keeps saying how he's just, useless. He can't do anything at all. And Mikasa says, Eren. But this time, she follows it up with a, that's not true. Wow, this is... Okay, here we go. Eren looks at... Stop crying already. Dude, stop crying. You're going to make me cry. Okay.
Just keep going.
Eren looks at Mikasa and slows down long enough to fully look at the situation. Mikasa... Oh my god, okay. Alright. Stop it. I've got to get through this. Okay.
Well.
Okay. This is what really separates the men from the boys. Okay. Mikasa says, Eren, you've always been at my side. Thank you. You know what? I'm going to do this the right way. Arigato.
Yeah.
You showed me how to live with purpose. Arigato. Oh my god, okay. And you wrapped this scarf around me. Arigato. This is so fucking beautiful. I've got tears. Okay. Alright. Okay. Are you ready to keep going?
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say, or are you just going to keep this all on me while you just... I am in my feelings.
And then Eren.
Okay.
When Eren, you can say what Eren says, but I feel like this is something that I would say. I would come up with something just like this.
Okay, wait. I don't want to... Okay. You're going too quick for me.
Yeah,
Give me a second. I feel like every time Mikasa, in the past 2 seasons, when we used to make fun of her for just saying Eren, she was so close to giving this whole speech, but this time Eren really needed to hear it. Tears running down his face, Eren stands up and tells her that he will wrap that scarf around her as many times as she wants.
Chaz's quote of the damn week. Not only is it my
Chaz's quote of the year.
Quote of the year, and not only because of what Eren says, but it's exactly what I would have said in this situation.
Oh my god. I mean...
And he dodged the kiss, okay, to say that wavy-ass line. How Chad is that he did that?
Eren, this is, is this a turning point for Eren?
Yes.
We're going to keep seeing, but...
Is this a turning point for both of them?
It might be. It might be. He faces all Smiley Titan and proceeds to meet their hand with his hand as he punches it. And a burst of energy explodes from the point of contact as a Titan comes running from behind Eren and tackles the Smiling Titan. This then triggers every other Titan in the area to follow the lead and absolutely dismantle this thing. This is just as brutal as Mike from the first episode of season 2. They're just ripping its jaw off.
And it's just smiling through the whole thing.
Ugh.
But this is what Attack on Titan is so good at. This is what makes it one of my favorite shows ever. The piano in the background, the brutalness going on everywhere, and then just the wavy-ass quotes.
I'm still wiping tears out of my eyes.
Eren Yeager. Attack on Titan is just beautiful.
Connie, he lightens things up a little bit because he makes me laugh as he's watching this because he just says, "Don't know what's going on, let's go." Ymir realizes that this is why Reiner was so desperate for Eren, and then she states that even inside the walls there is a future. This whole thing here has just made even Ymir start thinking different. Reiner's still inside the Armored Titan. He's stopped throwing Titans for a second because they're no longer running up to him because they're running after Smiling Titan.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked himself why the coordinate had to fall in the hands of the worst person imaginable. Huh? Hey,
yeah.
Am I right? Am I right?
Huh?
He says the one person in the world he wouldn't want to have it is Eren.
Why? Is Eren stubborn or something?
Who at that same time runs in front of Reiner and Bert, and says, "Stay away from me," as the Titans leave Smiling Titan and start charging Reiner. Erwin stands up. He's weak. He says, "Don't let this chance escape. Retreat." Ymir, still in Titan form, wraps her hand around Krista and mutters, "I'm sorry."
Oh.
Baloney. Baloney. Bert looks real worried as Titans are chomping at him, but Ymir climbs on Reiner's shoulders to help out. As the scouts are riding back, Aaron thinks about old buddy Hannes. We then get what is the quickest calling card in the show's history. Basically, it was just explaining Titans, which is why I think it went so quick. Nothing really to dig into there. They just had to have one. And
do you think, as tired of the Ymir Historia thing that we get, we get real tired of it.
Right.
Do you think Ymir is mostly? We obviously know she thinks of herself a lot when she looks at Krista. Sorry, not Krista. Historia. Forgive me, Historia. But do you think that she's more doesn't even look at Historia as being Historia? She more looks at her as being herself this entire time?
No.
No,
because this is what I mean. Like,
and I'm asking you this. I want to hear what you have to say about that.
I think she just got hooked on. She was looking for anything to hook on to. She found Krista because in reality, I still don't know how similar they actually are.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yes, they were both kind of left out for nothing. Their families didn't want them. Like, other than that, what?
Well, the fake caring about everyone else almost. It's like, I mean, Historia does. But we got the flashback of Ymir, being treated as a goddess and helping out all those people, even though it was completely fake. I think maybe that's what she said. I don't know. It's such a confusing little like love. I'm tired of it. I'll say that. I'm freaking tired of it.
If you feel differently, rip it. Let us know. Let us know why you feel differently. And I'm not saying that they can never sway me, get me on the side, because I realize how potentially important Krista is for the rest of the series. Krista is. And
Rom gets Historia.
And they can win me back, but right now, season 2, I'm just sick of it. All right. So after the calling card, we join back up with Bert, Reiner, and Ymir on top of a wall, which I'm assuming is Maria.
No, it's Shinganshina. They're back in Shinganshina now.
Which is Walmaria.
Yes, sorry.
You get fucking wrecked.
You're right. Sorry, I was thinking of the city. You are right. We're back in the original Shinganshina where it all began. That's what I meant to say.
Okay. Out of breath. I mean, these guys look like a couple of people who just barely made it out with their lives. They ask Ymir why she came with them, and she says because they can't go back empty-handed. And that if it wasn't for them breaking into these walls in the first place, she never would have woken up from her nightmare. She understands the situation they are in. Bert cries. Pretty lame. What a loser. And says thanks. Oh my god. Who the heck would cry?
I know.
God.
A dude that cries.
Yeah, imagine crying because of a TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would never get emotional like that.
No.
With reports that Walrose had been breached, the inhabitants had to retreat to the underground city in Walsina, where more than half the population survived on stockpiled rations that at most would last only a week. And, I mean, once that ran out, there was just going to be a bunch of thieving and killing that started happening around here. So to stop this, authorities just declared Walrose secure because obviously they never found a hole or anything like that. Back in Trost, Erwin lies in like a bed recovering with Levi and good old Pixis.
Yep.
Good to see these guys. Hanji and Connie, they make it clear that Hanji's just informed Connie of their findings in Rogako, or his home village. And poor Connie, he's truly looking, he's trying to act tough, but he's looking real sad. Aaron is having a bad couple of days as he thinks back at the fact that they lost like half their men because Aaron let himself get taken away.
Again. Well, not again, but He's just a loser.
It's
Aaron's
just
a loser.
it's a rough predicament when you are like the most important person in the fight to.
Well, actually, what am I saying? Yes, again. Annie's already taken Aaron, so this is the second time this loser's been captured.
Armin has been doing a whole lot of his beep boop beep 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 with John, and so they've both been doing it. John's also been getting his beep boop beep beep boop.
He has.
And they've figured out that Aaron was the one to cause those Titans to all of a sudden change their direction. They don't know how, but they just know, given the situation, looking at the facts, that's what it's got to be. And so that leads, our boy Jean to give Aaron a whole another one of his speeches that he's given them before. Basically paraphrasing, it's like, we are counting on you. You can't be like a bitch all the time. You got to man up, or, you just got to get your shit together and be tough, do what's right.
You know what's crazy, too, is Jean is almost like the number one guy to say that I feel like Aaron will listen to the most, almost.
Yeah, because he knows that him and John don't always see eye to eye, but he also knows that John wants the best, whereas Armin and Mikasa are always kind of just like going along with whatever bullshit shenanigans Aaron's getting up to. Levi's just always kind of a dick and just telling Aaron he's got to do this, whereas like John's just saying. The cool thing about John, Levi tells Aaron he's got to do things that Aaron doesn't even know if he can do, whereas John's just saying, keep your mind right and just try. Don't be bullshitting.
Yeah.
That's why John's awesome. Aaron says, yeah, I'll do it. I'll plug up the wall. I'll control these Titans. Keep in mind, all he knows how to do is bite his hand. Nothing has changed. But he says he will capture Reiner and make him pay. We got a little page turn over there.
You can't hear it, though. Blah, 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 blah.
Back in Erwin's little hospital room, I guess it is, Pixis says, so the Titans that were attacking were the residents of Connie's village. So this is interesting because Hanji's given them, we didn't see it, but she's laying this out. And then Erwin says, in other words, the true identity of Titans is humans?
Oh.
This makes even Levi open his eyes a little bit wider. Usually they have these conversations. Levi's on the verge of sleeping over there. But Hanji says, we don't have proof yet. Connie's still looking real, real rough. Levi says, so you're telling me I've been spending all this time running around killing people? And, it just makes him mad because, remember, if there's one thing Levi can't stand, it's pointless violence.
Yep. And it shows, too, Levi is way more human than he lets himself off to be.
Yeah. Hanji and Connie leave as Levi starts to talk to Erwin, who's, he's sitting in his bed smiling. The last thing you would expect.
And it's not even just like a little grin. It's like
it's
full-on...
a crazy person smile.
Yeah.
And truthfully, it pisses Levi off because, he says, what the hell are you smiling for? To which Erwin replies, we are one step closer to the answer, and that one day we're going to tear down these walls. So Erwin's looking at it from, glass half full sort of thing. He's like, we're learning more and more, and eventually we're going to figure it out, and we're ending this whole thing.
Love Erwin.
We pan out of their room, and we go from one set of characters to another. It's just kind of this cool shots in the season until we end up all the way at Wall Maria, where the Beast Titan is sitting on the wall. But what's this? On his back is a man with long blonde hair, most abs I've ever seen in my life, and it looks like he has headlights for eyes.
It does. It really does.
And he says the final words of Season 2, which are, not yet, eh? Whoa. Chills. Whoa. Whoa. All right. Season 2. What'd you think?
I love that ending. Having the Beast Titan, him out of his nape on top of his back. I thought that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Because we kind of forgot about this guy the past few episodes.
Right.
We know that's Or well, I guess Ymir kind of stated that to Reiner and Bert. They're like, you're trying to get back to the Beast Titan, aren't you? So you can go back to your hometown.
It's just, well, it's cool because I don't know how you felt, but when I first saw the Beast Titan, it was so different, so big. Like obviously it could talk. That for all I knew, it was a completely different being. I wasn't even comfortable in saying, "Oh, there's a person in that." For all I knew, this was he was making all these things Titans. He was controlling them, and that's just what he was. But no, we see he's definitely controlled by a person.
Yeah, 100%. I love how it confirms that there's a person inside its nape. This isn't just a beast.
Yep. So I guess my final thoughts on season 2 were there were some extreme highs for me, some pretty bad lows. I got tired of the Ymir Krista whole storyline. The Reiner and Bert moment though, so early on in season 2, that was awesome.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite moments in any show I've seen, is that reveal.
I loved the whole Utgard castle battles. I liked going back to the forest. So I liked a lot of it. Compared to season 1, this thing felt like it flew by.
Yeah.
I can't believe we're already done with season 2. Obviously, it's half the episodes, but just even narrative-wise.
We've got Erwin the Goat. I mean, those last 2 episodes with Erwin, just fucking awesome.
Yeah, I would definitely put season 2 below season 1 just because I didn't love Kristen Ymir's storyline, and I didn't like how a lot of, the Levi characters. We got some Erwin, we got some great Erwin moments, but John was a lot of people were put to the side for a large part of it.
Well, yeah, Erwin, he's still, at the end of it, he's still making a great case for a top 5.
We're going to do our top 5, so we'll
get to that. But it did suck that John, I like John a lot, it sucked that he wasn't in it as much. And Levi, of course.
So did you like season 1 more than season 2?
I did. The highest part for me in season 2 was obviously the reveal of Reiner and Bertolt. It's probably my favorite out of both seasons, but overall, season 1, I probably liked a little bit more.
All right, yeah. So if you're ready, we can go and get to our top 5 characters if you want.
Let's get to it. I'll let you start it off this time.
All right, we'll just do the same way we did our top 5 waifu. Number 5 for me, good for him. A round of applause. He snuck in there. Eren Yeager.
Okay.
He got into it. He's been on the outside looking in for quite a while now, even as the main character, but there he is, number 5.
All right, cool. Number 5 for me, I'm going to go with Armin. Still got Armin on the list. I still like his beat bop moments.
Yep.
And he's
he was another one that kind of got put to the side.
Yeah.
Especially the second half of the season. The first half, he was still kind of around, but number 4 for me, Connie. Connie where a lot of people suffered from not having a lot of time. Connie got more time, I felt like, this season. And he's just a good friend. He's kind of trying to become like the next Marco, except he won't put up with people's shit as much as Marco would.
Exactly.
Rip, best bro Marco.
Number 4, I'm going to go with Mikasa.
Okay.
Obviously, the last 2 episodes, just awesome with her.
Yeah.
It really, I feel like if those didn't happen, she might not have been on my list, but I got her on there now.
Yeah, she didn't quite make it for me, but I agree. Those last few episodes, she really came in strong. Number 3 for me, even though we talked about him not having a whole lot of time, but his moments were crazy, Erwin.
Erwin, okay. So that's your number 3. So my number 3 is Hanji.
Oh, okay.
She's on the list. She had her moments, especially with the Bert and Reiner reveal where she led, her squad to fight off the Colossal Titan.
Yep.
And she's super hot.
It's the glasses. Number 2, we've got, for me, Reiner.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Right. Even though, he's not the guy we thought he was, I still like his story. And I feel bad for him, honestly. It just seems like he was brainwashed, and we'll see, what is really going on with him, I hope, later on. But
yeah. So That leads to my number 2, who is also Reiner.
Oh.
I agree with you. I think even though he's not on our side anymore, it feels like, I love the guy. I love his story.
I can't wait to hear your number 1. Mine is Hanji.
Hanji, okay, number 1.
With Levi put to the side, she really shined and showed, even though she can be crazy sometimes, how good of a leader she can truly be. And I felt like she handled things really well, and it's just badass.
All right, so my number 1 is Erwin the Goat Smith.
All right.
So I know, like you said, he wasn't in it as much. The last 2 episodes, he had just fucking awesome moments. And in the beginning of season 2, it was all his plan, that kind of led the reason why Reiner and Bert didn't have ODM gear on to begin with.
And once I was going down my list, I felt a little bit bad that I left this person out. I won't take off Aaron because I do feel like he earned his top 5 this season for me. But I want to do an honorable mention of Hannes.
Yes, that was my honorable mention as well.
Hannes was in season 2 Ronnie. A good bit, and he was just a good friend. And I'm going to miss him.
Yeah, I love his aspect of bringing back, like how he thought back to their... 5 years ago, looking at Aaron and Mikasa as little kids and how he looked after them.
Yep.
He was like their big uncle, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah, I like him.
So good top 5s. Let us know your top 5 characters at thepodcastchronicles@gmail.com. Give us your overall season 2 thoughts. And then, the podcasts are getting longer. We knew this was going to happen. We got more to get into. I do want to tackle another piece of... Catherine's fire email. She mentioned that we talked about the opening songs, but we hadn't talked about the ending song, the post credits.
Yep.
And since you are our OST expert, I just want to hand this one off to you. Let the people know what you think about the ending credit songs.
I'm gonna have to go with Catherine on this one.
Okay.
The season 2 ending, to me, is by far my favorite so far. Like she said, it's got like a childhood, like a kid vibe to it. It's got like kids singing, but just the imagery, it's like devil imagery almost, demons. Like it's super sus.
Yeah,
I feel like there's a lot more to it. They're kind of throwing stuff at us that's like, what the hell is going on here? I just think it's a really good ending, like she said. I'll have to completely agree with her on that one.
All right, and I think that's a good way to end season 2. We'll see you back for season 3. Like I said before, send us the feedback at thepodcastchronicles@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't yet, still send us something so we can, so you can decide on whether or not you think this artwork is cool or not that we mentioned last episode. We're still very mad at each other as far as that goes, but we'll talk with you next time. I've been Ronnie.
And I've been Chatty.
Peace.
Peace.
I hate that you say Chatty. Peace.